Welcome to Thursday Live. I'm sorry it's a little bit late. I had some jobs that I had to get finished. So hopefully some of my regular friends can catch up with us. So otherwise I know that some of them will be watching on replay. So glad to see you. And you know, this is the second last one before I go over to the New Orleans. So I'm getting a bit excited, getting a bit organised, as they say. So yeah, it's all happening here. I've picked this month as Forever Fern month. It's a beautiful stamp set. It did carry over and there are matching dies to it. But I picked that stamp set for my stamp club. So I'm going to use it today with some of the dies, and I've got an embossing folder to use as well. And then I've just pulled a whole heap of scraps off my bench and I'm going to see where it takes us. I have no idea, but well, I've been scouting around on Pinterest for a few things, so there's a few things I've got stuck in my head that because there's such a wealth of inspiration there. So we'll play with those and see where we go. Okay, so I'm going to switch this around and get started. Welcome to everyone, and let's get this happening. Now, nothing's actually on my desk in front of me because it's all on a pile beside it. So I'll just turn you around and over. Just cover that up while I do it so that I don't get seasick. Plus, I didn't really want you to see my messy window. All right, so we'll just get that happening. I've got my computer over here on the other side so I can see what comments are happening at the same time. But I do have to mute it. Oh, and I don't know what's happening with it. So I want it to pop out, and so that I can see what I'm doing at the same time. Okay, so welcome, and let's have some fun. And now that I've turned off the echo, let's have some fun. Okay, I've got my envelope. I remembered the envelope today. I've got some card in it because I'm going to use them for a couple of different reasons. And I pulled this pretty paper. Now, of course, its name's going to absolutely just disappear off the top of my head. But I think I've got a catalogue close by, just over here. So this pretty paper's from one of the new suites, and I just have to rat through my catalogue to find what it's called because I will tell you the wrong name otherwise. And of course it's not in an easy spot. Splendid Days ringing the bell. There we go. So it's this paper down here. It's a Specialty Designer Series paper. It's got foil on one side and just a pattern on the other. So each piece has got foil, and there's 12. It comes in 12 by 12. There's 12 sheets, 2 of each, like they regularly do. So I'm going to look at using some of the back rather than the foil side, which often, I don't know about you guys, but I often find that a bit sacrilege. But they're really pretty, and they're really pretty on the other side as well. So and they're pretty colours. We've got soft sea foam in there. That looks like fresh freesia, but I will pull it off and tell you exactly because I am... Hi, Sharon. Yes, thank you. It is fresh freesia. We've got Pool Party, soft sea foam, Sahara sand, copper, and petal pink. Petal pink's not a colour I use very often, but it's quite a subtle colour. So I pulled out Pool Party. That's probably the only ink that I've got that goes with it, and there's Sahara sand. But I'm actually thinking that I pulled out Coastal Cabana and Polished Pink and Rich Razzleberry as well. So we'll just see where that takes us. I've got these pretties. Oh, what do you mean you can't hear me, Cheryl? Turn your volume up. Can anybody else hear me? Okay. Maybe I need to take my earbuds out. All right, I'll just take these out. Okay, Cheryl, can you hear me now? Testing 1, 2, 3. I'll just type in here. Oh, I can hear you. Okay, excellent. So I've taken my earbuds out. I don't know what it is about them. Why did they not play nice? But anyway, okay. So I also pulled in these, and again the name. Sharon, you might want to help me with the name because look at how many there are. There's like 3 little stashes, and I figured I could pick some from each one. So they're all different, like these greens, but they've still got some clear ones in there, see? And there's some little white pearls, half pearls and things like that. So they're actually quite a pretty mixed bunch. So there's pale greens as well as darker greens and pinks and then the blues. So I brought them over because I thought, oh, might as well put a bit of bling on there with those. These are also from the Splendid Day Suite. These are the leaf trinkets, and I thought they went with Forever Fern really well. So they're a goldy colour. Oh, I'm going to cough. You get, no, sneezed instead. Excuse me. You get 20 of them in the packet. They're quite heavy, but they're really pretty. And then we've got the ribbon that goes with the suite as well, which is a soft sea foam colour, and it's nice and soft and easy makes a bow. So I brought that over to see how we go. So we're just going to wing it. I don't have a block. Oh my gosh, see, never organised. And I'll bring over this stash of blocks. It's still got a whole heap of stamps on it from class the weekend before last, because I haven't taken them off. So I know I'll need that one, and now I'll need that one. I'll take that one off, and I'm sure to need one of those. I don't have an A in here, but we'll see how we go. Okay, never know, I might be able to con someone to come and help. And there's my glue dots. So I did pull out, so this is a stamp set, Forever Fern, and ignore this, it's just permanently stuck on there now, I think. And this is my Forever Flourish, and these are the dies that go with it. So I've done what I normally do, and I've cut them all out, and they're all on the back there. So there's actually some quite pretty ones. I've seen some really nice stuff done with this. I love this one here, which goes with this one, and it turns into a nice wattle, which is actually coming into season at the moment, hence my snivelling and my bit of my nose, because it seems to get up at my nose all the time. And I learned something interesting the other day. Did you know about, we've got a new wattle stamp, but did you know that it's actually bad luck to bring wattle inside, according to our local Aborigines? So I used to like bringing it inside, except it made my nose run, but I won't be doing it anymore because I don't necessarily want the bad luck from it. So what I'm thinking, I'm either going to use, okay, off they go. I don't even have a bone folder on the table. I've got like thousands of them. Oh my gosh. Bit slack. Okay, now I've got a bone folder. I have some tissues. Okay. So I brought over some Sahara sand, and I think, although I'm thinking that I might, yeah, I'm thinking that that's what I want to do. I'll stick with the colour palette. So I'm actually going to use, this is soft sea foam, okay, and that's going to be my card base. All right, one card base. I bought over type worn type, say that real fast, embossing folder, and I'm going to need 2 of these, one for the inside, one for the outside. And I'm thinking, yep, I'm going to cut this one up. I know I just made it so that it fits. Oh, is anybody else not clean out their trimmer? If you clean the little track, it cuts so much better. Not that you'd know it if you were here. Okay, so 10 and our cardstock. When we cut an A4 in half, we end up with a 10.5 centimetre card. So I've just cut this at 10 centimetres, and we end up with a 14.9 and a bit long waist. So I'm actually going to cut this at 14.4, just so that I've got 5 mil either side. And then I'm going to realise that it's actually too big anyway. So I want it smaller because I actually only want a really little border. So it needs to be, so this here is, these are standard size that I cut. I just cut them this size for everything. So it's 9.3 by 13.2 is, and I cut that for my insides for everything. So 9.3, and then I'm going to do +5 is 9.8. Take that squidging off. And I think I said 13.3, didn't I? Yep, 13.3 is 13.8. And then that, oh, you're here today as well, Johanna. Wow, got everybody. A little bit too big. Might take another mil off that one. This trimmer is so accurate that you can get just 1 or 2 mil off. Like, look at that. How fine's that? You could cut heaps of them, make grass. That looks a lot better. Okay, so that's going to sit in there. I might need my trimmer again, so I'll do that. Okay, and all right. I'm glad that you can hear me. Yeah, a small stiff brush is really good, Johanna. That's a great idea. All right, who's sending me cranky faces? Okay. All right, so I've just made, so we've got some, I've just made my card bases as such. My inside's going to go in here. And I'm thinking I need, just because I want one, a strip of designer series paper. So let's have a look and see what I've got. All right, because I bought over with me Pool Tardy and Coastal Cabana, I should stamp some of the leaves. It's so pretty, this stuff. But that looks really pretty. That's a nice colour combo. Oh, so is that, of course. Those two go together. I'm not going to use the foil side. I'm definitely going to use the non-foil side. That's a nice piece. I do really like this piece. And then I can add some of the, I can use some of this copper side as well for some of the embellishments. So I'm thinking that that might be big enough. So what I did, the sentiments in Forever Fern, there is to a friend that makes me smile, love and laughter forever after, which is great for a wedding card. And I've done quite a few wedding cards. You'll find them over on my blog. I'll pop a link in the comments later. You can do this or hello. It didn't really give me the options that I wanted. So what I've done is I've brought over with me Charming Sentiments. This is a new one this year, and there's just so many good things in here. And I'm thinking that because I'm going to make another birthday card. I'm thinking this, wishing you the happiest of birthdays, which of course here's one I prepared earlier. And then I've got the sentiment silhouette dies that match it. So it cuts it out perfectly, which will then fit on there beautifully. So I'm thinking that would look really cool. I could also put wishing you everything wonderful as well, because it takes up it takes up a nice space, and often that's what I'll look at, is what takes up a nice space. And this one's a nice big sentiment, so it would actually go quite nicely there. So it just depends on what you want to do. But look at all the choice you've got in here. And I've actually got some of the little pieces are actually over there, because I didn't put them back from, you know, ages ago when I did that shaker card, because I was a bit slack that day. But there's heaps of different options in here. That one there fits behind your candle so that you can use your candle. So, like, just a row of dots even. So that's a really cool set, just saying. But I haven't decided which sentiment I'm going to put. So wishing you everything wonderful, or wishing you the happiest of birthdays. Because wishing you everything wonderful could go for everything, couldn't it? I haven't cut those ones out because there's too many of them to fit on the back. But I'll keep these two out in my little pot over here, because I'm not sure which ones I'm going to use. But, and these guys, I'm thinking I like this idea. Now, I have seen around the internet some stuff done with this, and I'm going to show you a technique that is like a shadowing technique. So this is a nice stamp to do it with, and essentially I'm going to cut that out, and the piece that I'm going to cut out, I'm going to use that image, and then I'm just going to move it off so you can see the background. Okay, so we'll see how we go. And look, there's all these pretty other things in here too. So you've got lots of choice in this one as well. I love how this time with this set, which I've used heaps and heaps, hence why nothing's in its place, you get all these little options as well. So I was thinking maybe this one. I might cut this one out of that one. Do I want that one? Yeah, let's go that one. Cut this one out of the foil side. So I'll put them all back in there so they don't get lost. Okay. And then I'll show you what I'm going to do with mine. Okay, so we need this one. Yep. Did I bring a big enough block over? Okay. So I probably should have bought Coastal Cabana over, or Cajun Crage or something, not Coastal Cabana, Cajun Craze or Calypso Coral or something, but that's right, we'll see how we go. Because I might end up changing that too. We'll see. All right, I need that one. I do like this wing in it business. Okay, so where did I put, Pool Party. I'll use Pool Party first, I think. Although it's not, it needs re-inking because my dehumidifier's been sucking the moisture out of the place. Alright, so I'm going to stamp that straight on there. Actually, it's not too bad. But just so that we can see what the difference is, that's Pool Party. And I'll just clean my stamp off. And this one here is Coastal Cabana. Two sides to every piece of cardstock, remember? Oops. Oh, this one's juicy. Bubbling a bit, so I'll just turn it over because I think it's going to be a bit bubbly. Alright, and again stamp it down, and then decide. Then we're going to decide which one we want. So start to get your thinking hats on. What colour are we going to do? That one's too wet, but it's a beautiful colour though. And I'm sitting on this side of the fence just because of my colour palette. So, what do you think? Coastal Cabana, which is currently the dark colour, or Pool Party, which is the lighter colour? I'm sitting on the on the pool party side of the fence, so looking at our other colours that we've got. Okay. I don't think this is going to work. Or we're going to go with pool party. Either that, or I have to get a kid in here to pick up a stamp set, a ink pad for me. Yeah, I'm thinking pool party too, Sharon. Okay, and then I might bring this one back in. We'll see. Okay, let's go with pool party. Alrighty. Now this one does fit in the mini, but I only bought the big one over because I've got this one here that I want to use as well. So I'm sorry, you'll have to just excuse me while I bring this baby here and cut this one out. Keep talking about these new plates that I'm getting. I've got them, but they're in my drawer, saving them for good. So I should actually pull some out to cut the foil. I do like to use new plates on foil because, oh, there's already some washi on here. New plates on foil, it just doesn't mark as much as it is going to mark. So these little holes here, you want to be able to see your colour in those little holes, otherwise, so that you know you're in the right spot. Okay, let's pop that in there, send it through, wobble the table a bit. Okay, pop that back down there, although I'm going to have to bring it back fairly well straight away. Oh. Okie dokie. Oh, don't you hate that? So much for that. The washi tape got it. Okay, because of that mark, I'm going to get a new piece. That washi tape wasn't as unsticky as I thought. Washi tape's supposed to just peel off. I mean, it's supposed to stick, but it's supposed to also peel off. So I'm just going to send this back through because it's actually an effect that I'm after, not necessarily. So send this one back through. Now I'm going to have a spare branch. If I use that right, I can use that as a template on my, the other one as a template on my Stamparatus. Now this one, I'm going to take away that one, take away the two clear plates, take away this plate, oops. I'm going to pop this in here, send it back over this side, just because I can. The type 1 type is a 3D one. So I'm going to send it in, I'm going to pop this piece here in there. Now they are words, so you do want to get it a little bit straight-ish looking. And then you need your grey one. Alright. Oh, that's a good idea, Johanna. Added a sticker that says top only. Yeah, that's a good idea. Then I'm sending this through with the grey plate. So this plate's number 4. If you've got one of the old style Stampin' Up! Big Shots, it was a blue plate. If you haven't got a blue plate, you can buy a grey plate, and it will work. Okay, so I'll just pop all this to the side. I've got chairs all around me with all my stuff on it. Okay, and then that gives that some really nice texture. And I'm thinking I should have stamped what I wanted to stamp on it first, but we'll see. So, and that's going to sit on there. And good, my words are up the right way. This one, I didn't bring over a brush, but this one would look really pretty if you popped some colour on the edges, just did a little bit of blending on the edges of it. Okay, so I'm going to pop this here. I have some glue. Oh, that's a new one. I don't want the new one. It's Anyone else like me and got 10,000 glues on the run, on the hop? I seem to be getting all these ends of glues. They breed in this house. And then when I do a scrapbook page, I chop the end off, and I add that end to my I then can dig it out so that I can put cover big areas with it. Okay, so in here there is this stamp, and I will tell you I love texture, and it is one of my favorites. So I didn't bring over a smaller block. I don't think there's a smaller block in that. Oh, actually, yeah, there is. Not much smaller, but it's there. So I'm just going to pop this, add a little bit of texture. Okay. Oops. And I'll just bring a scrap over so that I can stamp on it. At the moment, my piece of paper under me is fairly clean, and I can reuse it, as they say. So, because I want to stamp it off. Just to add, it's like adding a little bit of colour texture, but I didn't want it dark. And I want it in here as well. Okay. Just takes that white, the starkness of the white, and I'm not sure how well you can see it, but it's just a little bit. All right. Okay, maybe a little bit more here, here. All right, so that's that one. Okay, and that's going to look pretty smick on here. Oops. Yep. Now, I didn't bring over my soft sea foam, and I don't know if I can just quickly grab it, but I want to, because I want to put something on here, and I think actually normally you go tone on tone. Okay, tone on tone gives you a really nice effect, but my pool part is really dry, so instead, because I'm not going to re-ink it while I'm sitting here, I'm going to presume everybody knows how to re-ink it. Literally just pour the ink on and swelch it round. I use this metal spoon to swelch it round, but it's up to you what you use, but I find a metal spoon works really well. Some people use a block, other people use their bone folder. The choice is yours. Okay, so what I'm doing here, I just essentially want the leaves, but I only want a little bit of them. So although it's not tone on tone, just want them on the corners and stuff like that, because I just want to be able to not have a plain back. So, and just by stamping it off, it gives me that nice little look. So you can only just see them. I'm thinking that that's going to need to go there. It's actually going to get popped up. And I think we need some more leaves, which is why I have this one. Okay. So that's starting to look quite pretty. And I do think that that will work. What do you reckon? I reckon that's going to work. Does everyone agree? I think that colour will work. Yeah. All right. I'm going to do it anyway. So, I don't need that yet. I'll just move you to the side. And I'm thinking that I need some of this coppery colour, which is essentially that same piece. That's got white in it. I don't necessarily Do I want the white? What do you reckon? Put some white on that? I'm thinking I might actually. So I'm just going to very poorly chop that out because I only want to use as much as I have to, because only got my dodgy plates and I don't have a big enough table. Okay, so is this a stamp set that's in everybody's collection already? I know that Cheryl's getting hers this weekend when she comes to class. And oh, by the way, Cheryl, we won't be making this card. I've got others planned for you. So, because you can always come back and watch this and make this card yourself. Alright, so for those people that wanting to join my Stamper Stack, I'm going to be doing them online. The local girls come once a month, and every second month I do the Stamper Stack actually in person for them. More the merrier if you'd like to join us. I do a Saturday afternoon, Saturday evening if there's a call for it, and a Sunday afternoon. Do it all on the one weekend. And I think I've got, it's a glue dot. Look, I've got a glue dot on there. I wonder what was sticking. I really need to clean my plates. Anyway, not now. So with Stamps Club, otherwise I've got a private Facebook group that my team members, so if you're wanting to join Stampin' Up, my team members go in this private Facebook group. They don't have to pay any extra for it, and they get all the video tutorials. They don't get the kits, they just get the video tutorials. Oh, that's pretty. So they'll get the video tutorials and access to all of the previous videos. Anyone that joins Stamp Club will actually get the access to all the previous videos as well. I bought over, I do have this, but I'm not going to use that because I've got some twine. It's $50 per month. All the whilst you're currently paying for it, you get to stay in my Facebook group, and you get to stay, you get to access to all the videos from every month, but you will also get each month that you're current, you will actually get the stamp set and the card kit to make 6 cards. And that card kit, oh, there's one in there, look at that. That card kit will make 6 cards, 3 designs, 2 of each one. Okay, so it's a good deal. All right, but it's there for you if you long. I'm happy if other demonstrators want to take us up on it. I'm happy for you to join us. It's not a problem. I don't have a problem with that. And it's just going to be a matter of where I'm going to put it. I'm going to show you how to do a really cool bow, because I know how much everybody just loves bows. Not. They seem to be nobody's favourite thing. I really like this colour. I think that's going to work. So, not that colour. I need this to be 9.3. All right. So, yeah, so I'll put a link up later for my to sign up for Stamps Club as well. This month's August is Forever Fern. The videos will go live at the end of the month onto the Facebook group for all the cards that are actually associated with that. Next month, I believe we've picked, can't remember off the top of my head. I'm sorry, I can't remember off the top of my head. 9.3. Because I'm going to be away, we're doing Stamps Club. The local girls are doing Stamps Club cards twice, and then we'll do some Christmas cards in October. Okay, that's looking pretty smick, but we need some we need a sentiment. All right, so I need to decide: wishing you everything wonderful or wishing you the happiest of birthdays. What do you want? Yeah, no, petal pink's not one of my favourite colours, but when it works really well. So it's one of those colours that you sort of go, do I want to use it? Do I not want to use it? I've made it so that doesn't work, but that's okay, because that's copper and that's gold. So, Okay, let's vote. Wishing you the happiest of birthdays or wishing you everything wonderful. And since I've got this piece that I bodged up before, I'm going to just use it. This one's a photopolymer stamp set. So we need our trusty little mat. And we need a block big enough for both of them. Okay, so I'll just take this one off, put it on a stamp an ink pad that I prepared earlier there. Wishing you everything wonderful. I'm going to just use Sahara sand to stamp it. And the other sentiment I said was, these are the two sentiments I've used so far, was wishing you, they're both wishing you the happiest of birthdays or everything wonderful. So we want, it's not, I'm not leaving it on an angle, Sharon. It looks too weird for me. I can't do it. My head's not right for that. So both of them say wishing you. So am I doing everything wonderful or happiest of birthdays? I need a bigger block. Though that happy birthday there is pretty cool from the celebration tags one. I'll celebrate with tags. I've been playing with that bundle as well. Yeah, I think everything is such a nice word, isn't it? This comes up really pretty. So I love it when they do the two different fonts, I will admit. And I reckon I could get that. Oh, I'll be cutting it fine. No, go that way. So, some Sahara sand ink. Let's see, I don't think this one, I really need to go through and re-ink all these guys. Wishing you everything wonderful. That's really pretty. The two different fonts, I do like that. I'll stick it over there. And guess what? Guess who's going back in? Again, this one, this stamp set works with the mini, but my mini's on the other table. So, oops. That'll give it pretty patterns. You do need to put it up the right way. And it just sits along that edge. Is how you know you've got it on it correctly. And if you hold your tongue right when you're putting it there, as they say. Okay. All right. Everything wonderful has just disappeared off the bench. Look at how nicely it cuts it out. It's right against that edge and it just cuts it out beautifully. I couldn't do that if I tried with fussy cutting. It's just one of those things, you sort of, I could try, but it wouldn't work for me. Alright, so that's gonna go there. I think I need a fatter piece of this. Actually, you know what? No, I don't. I need a thinner piece. Yes, it is Splendid Day, Miss Johanna, this paper. Alright, this cuts so nicely. Currently that is just shy of an inch because, you know, we're in Australia. It's actually, it was an offcut from a bag that we made. So I just want it a little bit smaller than that sentiment, because then that sentiment will stick over the top of it. Oh, my inside piece is following me around here. Okay, I'm thinking that needs to go over that way, and then this can go here. What do you reckon? Then that's going to go actually underneath there. That's going to go here. And I'm thinking I'll tie the bow around there because I was going to tie it around this piece, but I'm not. That's going to stick underneath there. Okay, so we can stick these guys down now. My favourite glue, I always say less is best because it sticks like, this stuff sticks metal to metal, sticks my perspex together, you name it, it's excellent. If you let it dry, it becomes a positional one, which also means it stays a bit tacky. So if you get it outside of your edges, or along these edges here, it will dry tacky and it will stick to your envelope. So just be aware of that. All right, now I don't want to stick, oh, look at that. No, it needs the foil. But that is pretty, isn't it? Look at that. You could do it either side. Oh, too many decisions. How hard's that? Uh-oh. Okay. No, I know. I think I'm doing it the other way. But let it work either way. Quick, put some glue on it before I change my mind again. What do you reckon? Starting to get a bit dark. Okay. Which tells me I need to get a move on. So I'm just putting a little bit of glue on some of the leaves. I'm not going to put on all of them because it doesn't need to go on all of them. They will stick down no matter what. I'm just squeezing my glue ever so slightly because this is a fairly new bottle and it just pours out of it. Okay. And there we go. So that one is going there-ish, under protest by the look of it. Okay, this one is going to get dimensionals. Ignore the Coastal Cabana on the other side. So put one up there near the top, one over there, and yeah, that's a lot of dimensionals. I'm still practicing this technique that Donna showed me. You seem to be getting more in love with petal pink. No, I don't. Can't have that nonsense. Oh, pull and squeeze, pull and squeeze, pull and twist a little bit. How cool is that? Supposedly, I'm getting better at it, but I'm not really. So you're going to go like so. There is a right and a wrong way up. Now it's got that little bit of edge from where I just trimmed it. So I'll just flatten it out a bit. That is going on flat. Okay? And decisions made, it's not. Foil's getting glue on it. Alright. Johanna, I will not fall in love with petal pink. I'm a green girl. I am not a pink girl. I know that I like the warm colours, but I know there is a place I forgot to put my bow on. Oh, drat. Okay, so just hold you up a bit. Okay. This is not the way I wanted to do my bow, but this is the way I'm doing it now because it needs to be done like this now because of the way I just did that. Okay. I've got it. Okay. So my ribbon, which is twine, that I absolutely love. Okay, so a lot of my friends that come for craft hate doing bows. They're okay with a knot. They're not a fan of bows. Apparently bows are too hard. But there's lots of different ways to skin a cat. Lots of different ways to do a bow. And this one is just one of them. I could tie a bow and be done. But I actually want a nest. So I'm just going to roll it around my fingers a couple of times to get my nest. Trim it. So I've got, I don't know, 4, 6 rolls. Squeezed it in the middle. Twist it. Put it down there on my knot. And it's not the easiest thing for people to watch you do, but now I'm going to tie, oh, it's untwist. Ah. I'm going to tie another knot. You could tie a bow if you wanted to there, or you could just tie another knot. So it's like a fake bow. Okay? And I think I need to make them tighter. That one. This pointy tool is so handy. Okay? So then I've actually got, and you do have to do a double knot on it. And it looks like you've done a really, really suave bow with lots of little loopy bits, when really there's actually no bow at all. Okay? Wow, the sun's just gone down quite considerably. And then we'll put some dimensionals under this guy. Oh, I'm sticky. Wishing you everything wonderful. What do you reckon? That's looking pretty good. My inside, I'm actually going to put a leaf again, just to make it so that it's the same as the front, and I will use my pool party. Okay. And I'll use my scrap because I'm going to come off the edge of the page. And somewhere on this table I put my envelope. See, Johanna, there's not very much petal pink on there, so I'm not really overly in love with it, as they say. All right. And if you want to, you can do the back of your envelope as well, because I find that that looks really cool. And then, so that I do that bit there, I just stick it in there, like so. Okay. So this stamp set's my Stamps Club. I think my girls are looking forward to it. But you've got until, actually, because I'm going away for this month, opting in for this month's Stamp Club, so that I can get the envelopes and the card kits out to everyone, I'm going to cut it off next Monday. So what's that, Monday someone tell me the date. I know it's gorgeous and I know you're just playing with me, Johanna, but that's all right. Let's put some of the Sahara sand in the middle to make it match. What do you reckon? Yeah. Sort of gives it an aged look, doesn't it? Next Monday the 15th. If anyone wants to be in this month's Stamp Club, it's a video, so you don't actually have to be here. The kit will arrive in your mail. I'll add you to my Facebook group where the videos from Stamps Club will actually land on my Facebook page for that group on the last day of the month. Okay, so essentially, under normal circumstances, you would have until I cut the kits, and this time I'm cutting the kits. I'm actually cutting them at the moment, but I can cut more next Tuesday. So you've got until Monday to register, but under normal circumstances, you will have until the end of the month to register. Okay, so there is one inside for that card. Thanks, Karen. Haven't seen you for ages, Karen. We were missing you. And there it is. So that's Forever Fern. Forever Fern, the stamp set. Type Worn Type. I was tossing up between Type Worn Type and, because it's a tree and branches, I was tossing up between that and the timber one because this is new and I, like to play with new stuff. But anyway, Type Worn Type, the 3D, and then the Forever Flourishing, minus that bit. I have to get that off. Minus that bit, set of dies. Okay. The sentiment comes from Charming Sentiments, and there's also sentiment silhouette dies that match it. We've also used some basic twine, linen thread they call that one, and that's one of my favourites. Now, if I wanted to put some of these little guys on, which everything looks so much better with bling, doesn't it? I love bling. So you can pull them out of any, but if you look here, there's quite a few that are not so green. If you're going to use this and not the fine tip glue, you have to use it very sparingly. So I'll often put just a really tiny, gosh, I have to hold my tongue right, tiny block, because I don't want it to come through. Okay, so that's 4. And the beauty about this is, like, often when I've got the gems and whatnot, I'll feel like I'm using too many of them. And so I don't like to use so many of them because they cost a lot. Yeah, it is lots of fun, isn't it? So what I do, the Take Your Pick tool is really good for this because then you can pick out which ones you want. So on all of these, I'm going to just yell at a child in a minute who is totally being obnoxious. Oops, didn't stick down. And I'm just going to put these ones on. Well, that one's upside down. I don't want that one upside down. Just because they're sparkly and that one stuck to me. They're sparkly and they're green and they've got like a little bit of almost iridescent looking. Should use the tool. And then there's a whole heap of different ones in here, but like this time I'm just using these guys. Just for something shiny. Oop. Hi. How you going, man? Haven't seen you for ages either. Hopefully I'll get you at on stage. Did you book your ticket? I did. Lol did. Hopefully we can all catch up. It'll be nice to see everyone. Now I think I put one up there somewhere and it's just a matter of finding where I put it. Oh, there it was. I just took it off. Yeah. Alright. I think it needs more. What do you reckon? Maybe another one up here? that was a bit much. And then I'll put another. Something about bling. One on there. Because there's also in here, there's these little guys. They're like, you've got to get them up the right way, and they'll be really hard for you to see. Yeah, I don't blame you. I booked it early too because I didn't want to miss out. One of the best bits about being at Silver Elite demo is that we got on an hour earlier. Okay, so didn't want to stay there. It doesn't want to get off. My take your pick stick is sticking really good. Okay. So it was a circle and they've cut it in half. So there's a few of them in there as well. So I'm going to put another one of these ones up here. Why do I keep putting them on upside down? Needs to go that way. And then I need some more of those other little ones. So it's just a matter of finding them and picking them out. Found heaps of them in the blue set when I was playing with it the other day. There's one. But they always end up, they're I don't know how, they're like it's like they've got the shapes on, they're flat on one side and they're shaped on the other, a bit like a pearl, or the half pearls. Now, I'm sure I put glue somewhere else. Yep, there. Okay. And see, because there's half pearls and everything in here. Oh, look, there's one that's stuck to my finger. Alright. So for those of you that are not demonstrators, the on stage is actually a Stampin' Up event for demonstrators where we get to see the new releases, and it's lots of fun, and we get to see all of our stamping buddies, and we get stamped together, and we get some business tips and things like that. We get new goodies, we get to buy new goodies first, there's lots of different advantages to it, so we all get a bit excited about it, and it's been a long time since we've had a live one. So there's today's card. It's a bit dark. I'll post a photo of it tomorrow. But Forever Fern, it's a really pretty one, and it goes with so many different sentiments. You can use it for all of these sentiments, and you could even add some sympathy sentiments to it. It's actually quite a very pretty one. And you can't go past paper with foil on it. Paper with foil on it's always pretty. So I'll put a link up in the chat when this goes back online.